Well, crushing a couple of warm Coors Lights, it must be time for the first round matchup in the I'd Rather Be League in 3-on-3 Fuck Fest. Bath,
Yeah,
what say you?
hey, I'll tell you what, it's Wednesday night, it's 11:35. We've been here all goddamn night. A couple of drinks in myself. It's Wednesday. Let's get this done.
We got drinky poos, we got honey pies, and I got a couple Starburst over here that I haven't ate yet.
Well, hey, maybe you should get to unwrapping those. We've got a big game here. A couple newcomers in the Ninja Turtle swag team. A couple boys from Waterford and someone from God knows where, going up against a couple Grand Rapids natives here in DopeDiggity.
Yeah, they're what you call Grand Rapids lifers. They moved out there after high school, and they just haven't looked back.
Absolutely, with absolutely no hesitation. So what we have seen here, I do know we have a couple good boys here in Baseball Rich. He's a solid player. Hopefully the Davy 8 and Long Dong will be able to back him up correctly.
We look to see Long Dong to hang out in the goal. We hear he's distant cousins with goaltender Roberto Luongo, the Vancouver Canucks in the NHL. Look for a strong goaltending performance from him. Other than that, my scouting report also says that it looks like we've got Richie Lee in here. He is currently recovering from I think he had a string of 18 knee surgeries over the last 2 years.
A couple of knee surgeries isn't going to hold this guy back, unfortunately, for everybody else. You only need to recover from that to be able to drive a car, so I don't think anybody else is safe. But I will want to point out here, it looks like we have a couple of difficulties. We're going to go ahead and say that Josh Davis got a little bit excited, blew his load early, and the game has started with no one in it. So we're going to have to kill about 3 minutes here of dead air to go ahead and fill out this time, and God, that's going to test the best of our skills, isn't it? For only being the second night on the job.
We can certainly do that, and I think right now would be just as good a time as any to talk about one of our primary sponsors tonight, Prairie View A&M University. For your agricultural and mechanical needs, Prairie View A&M, I guess it's a place to go.
But I'm sorry, what was that university? I don't think I've heard of that one.
You've never heard of Prairie View A&M? They're out there in eastern Tennessee, I believe, and their mascot is the Prairie Dog.
Oh, my.
Someone's going to have a prairie dog before the end of this match, and his name is Bo.
Hey, maybe I'll be right over there to join you.
If we've got 2 minutes left, that means I've got time for another Coors Light. I'll be back.
Hey, that's not even a sponsorship. That's just a cheap plug. Yep, and as we're sitting here for 2 more minutes of dead air, I'm just going to go ahead and sit here and, hey, we got 1:50 to go. I'd like to throw out a special shout out to Josh Davis. Josh Davis for going ahead and fucking this one right up. Now we have to wait for this game to finish, which is not official in any mean, but hey, why not? Let's go ahead and take a look at the spectator camera and see what some sort of palsy these guys are putting together.
Someone who calls themselves Long Dwong, I don't think he has a long dong. I think what we're looking at here is a classic case of compensation.
It could be. This guy probably drives a Dodge Ram 1500 Bighorn Edition, if I was to guess. And look at that.
I think you guessed right. I bet he uses that 4x4 too. Luong Dong using all 4 wheels to jam in another practice goal.
Yeah, check this out. They really took Rocky here, who I'm not sure is a CPU. Hopefully that's just a rookie CPU there in goal. That's the only thing I can explain on that shot.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tom. How about a shout-out to our 2 viewers out there?
Hey, 2 viewers already.
It's really nice. We have quite a fan base, dedicated, loyal, and they're all pretty hung. It's nice to see them out here at 11:30 at night.
Do you think they're as hung as Long Dong, though?
I think they outhang Long Dong by a solid 3.5 to 4 inches.
3.5 to 4 inches? Good Lord. Man, do we need to get the measuring tape out for that?
I don't think so. I think the naked eye is going to tell us all we need to see in that sad narrative.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. If we need to head on down to the local Shivos, I hear they've got a nice 10-foot measuring tape, so we can cover all sorts of sizes.
Excuse me. This announcer went ahead and pulled up a stream of his own announcing, and it got him a little bit confused. But we only have 50 seconds left to roll. It looks like we've got 8 people on the air. Let's take a look at the attendees list. I'm going to give everyone an individual shout-out as soon as this thing loads.
Well, hey, that's what happens when you're doing the streaming and you're trying to look at the stream yourself. I'm not really sure how those autists do it on the camera where they're just talking to everybody the whole time. I know my Comcast internet can't handle that.
It sure can. I'll tell you what, I just cracked a fresh beer, and I'm going to be pretty much ready to go here in about 30 seconds.
Hey, I poured me a fresh stiffy. One of our sponsors actually provided this one. That's Evan Williams Distillery.
I hear Evan Williams makes a mean honey reserve.
They do, but I'll tell you what, as soon as they can step it up to honey, wild turkey honey, they'll be truly in business.
They will be in business indeed. We want to give a shout out to NPen35. They call him Bayless. I just call him a friend. Rogue Mental, fuck you. Gundam Dude. I wonder if he's driving one of those mechs right now.
All right, well, I instructed the 2 teams to go ahead and everybody readies up, and we are going to go right at this game again, and we're going to get started. Thanks again to Josh Davis for fucking that up, and that's about 7 minutes of wasted time.
Well, you know, he's just a big bumbling friend is what he is. He bumbles, he drools from the mouth, he wears a bib, possibly Depends diapers, but what else can you call him but a friend?
Actually, you're absolutely right. What a great guy. I did see him down at the American Legion last Wednesday for the spaghetti dinner, and he did, in fact, have a great bib. One that I hope to eventually buy with my own money.
Talk about cultivating sources down at the American Legion. That's a smart way to do some scouting.
Oh, that's Lapierre's finest. All right, we have 5 seconds.
This announcer is switching between warm beer and cold beer. That must mean it's time for another sponsor shout-out. I really want to give a shout-out to Starburst. Starburst has been by my side for the last 26 years, and they were kind enough to throw me a share-sized bag of Starburst tonight. They said, you got to announce tonight. You got to keep your whistle wet. You got to be on point.
And we have ourselves a game. Let's get ready for this, boy. End of round 1.
Into round 1, we got 5 minutes on the clock. Eagerly awaiting the first draw. And the first draw goes to the scantily clad Schoolboy, jamming it down. It looks like we're going to fly back into the orange zone where Silent Striker goes for a flip, and it looks like he misses the shot. Going to get defended out, a little bit of swatting action by Baseball Rich when Luongo goes in for the long shot, and he gets denied by Rocky.
Absolutely great heads-up play by Rocky. Gets right up there, uses the boost when he needs to, clears that ball.
Josh Amos with kind of just a ill-timed shot there. It's going to bounce around the centering boards. Poked away by Baseball Rich.
And you can see they're a solid clear.
A great clear. One of the best clears I've ever seen. One of the best clears I've seen since using Clear Eyes.
Clear Eyes. Oh, Ben Stein approved. Rocky
with a nice score there. What happened on that play?
Well, take a look at this. This is clearly a heads-up play. Man was playing contain there in the middle zone. He was right there and the ball was getting shot out. Right there to pop it up and just send it right in.
Well, 4:15 on the clock. The score is 1-0 and drop number 2 underway. Looks like we're going to give it to Baseball Rich, who pinches it off into the blue zone. Up into the air goes Rocky with a really nice aerial play. Luong Dong not too far away with a nice rebound of his own. Baseball Rich looks to kind of crash the net there for a shot, but it actually goes the other way. Baseball Rich, not known for accuracy, but he is a persistent son of a bitch.
Yes, he sure is. A great all-around athlete. Any sport you give him, that is most definitely because of the effort he puts into each sport.
I'm calling out Richie for an old-fashioned curling match after this episode. It looks like another shot gone wide.
We'll schedule that for next Saturday.
That should be a good match. Scantily clad Schoolboy looking to mount an offensive charge. Shut down by Roberto Luongo. I'm just going to call him that for the rest of the game. Rebound back into the orange zone and up against the wall as the ball goes high, and Rocky looks to go up for an aerial play, banging it around towards the goal. The ball's just still in the air. What's going on, Tom? Why is this ball spending so much time in the air versus time on the ground?
It's 100% Rocky, man. I'll tell you what, that guy, he's going to be in the Mile High Club in the next few years. This dude does not know how to get down on the ground. I expect great performance out of him next flight on Delta. Oh, Sky Miles, absolutely.
That's right. Rocky again with just a really nice rebound, looking to clear it out for his teammates. And, well, he doesn't need any teammates because he's down there to get his own rebound. Three men bounce to the ball, and nothing really comes of it. Baseball Rich is eagerly awaiting a rebound there. Gets denied by Rocky again. Rocky, a one-man demolition derby.
Oh, my.
Silent striker with a wide-open shot and a goal.
Absolutely perfect shot. Silent strike here. He lines up like he's about to head to lunch at 11:30, but he is there to just pound that in. Absolutely no hesitation. What a great shot by Silent Strike.
What a great shot. 2:41 on the clock. The score is 2-0 blue team. And what do you know? 4 converged and only 1 can get the first touch, and that is Silent Strike. 09. Roberto Luongo banging it into the boards. He's going to keep that ball in the air, maybe just a little bit longer than he wanted to keep it in the air.
Yeah, sometimes they hang up there a little too high. You know, it could be that Tom Brady inflation rule that I believe the iRBL set in stone there. I don't know if anybody's keeping that enforced.
I don't think so, and I don't know if anything's really enforced in this league. Looks like Richie tried to go for an aerial there and just gets bounced back into their own defensive zone. Rich again with a nice clear, but gets denied by Rocky. This guy is just an all-around. He's an animal. He's a man. He might be a manimal.
If you ask Rob Rubik, he may be a manster. I'll tell you, Jaws, I haven't seen a guy like Rocky all over the field, really in any game that I've seen thus far. Look at this guy once again. There he is.
One has to question if he very well may just be a CPU player set to All-Star. It looks like Richie's going to try to bumblefuck his way around the ball, but just really no luck out there. It's really tough sometimes. You got to switch between ball cam and car cam, and you know, you just don't really know what's going on. This game is not for the mentally weak.
No, absolutely not. This is a skill-based game. Easy to play, impossible to master, but look at
I'm going to have to
baseball.
stop you right there. Rich coming in with the aerial score.
Hey, take a look at this. This is Rich's dick right here. The hammer of Thor, a 61-mile-an-hour burner into the goal. I have never seen a shot quite as precise
a true
as that.
seed. A can of corn went up, and Richie said, I'll cook that corn. A minute 22 on the clock. 2-1 is the score. 2 men converge. Silent Strike comes out victorious. Baseball Rich says, I had enough of that shit. Pounds it down into the Blues' offensive zone. Scantily clad schoolboy looks to pound it out past the neutral zone and down into Orange's zone. Josh Davis, who's been really largely quiet this whole game, tries to get a little bit of a charge mounted there, but he just can't get it done.
No, he can't. You know, the first thing is you get a look at the deviate there, and then the next thing you know, he's flying off screen. And, you know, sometimes even the automated camera can't keep up with this crazy bastard.
Well, the deviate's looking to line up a goal, but as his name would suggest, he was just 8 degrees away from separation there. Baseball
Hey, that's 2 more than 6.
Baseball kick. That sure is. Coming around the corner and boards, scantily clad's looking to bang one in there. We had a bunch of guys diverge onto the ball there. Really nothing came out of it. It looks like it's going to come down towards midfield as Blue looks to regroup and possibly put another goal on the board.
Hey, take a look here. A wide open area, but thankfully Timmy Luongo Dongo, he was there. And that hung cock that he has, he was right there ready for it. Kept this play alive.
I'm going to speculate that he's got about a 3-inch penis rock hard. Up in the air with 10 seconds to go. They're going to look to keep this ball up as long as they can. Orange really, they don't want to drop this first game, but they will take it to 3 if they have to. Just like the number of inches of Luongo's penis. It looks like we are going to go ahead and close out this first game.
Hey.
Chalk it up to a 2-1. Winner goes to the blue team.
Hey, Ninja Turtle Swag takes the first half, but, you know, that's why there's 2 halves. And we may even make a third half here if it comes down to it.
Well,
I'll tell you what,
they say 3 halves makes a whole.
It sure does. And
Speaking
I can't
of
wait.
holes, I'd like to give a shout out to Georgia Power for they put a big fucking hole out in front of my apartment. It looks like they're trying to dig some lines out there, but fuck them. Fuck you, Georgia Power. Back to you, Tom.
Hey, I'm sitting here. I've got plenty great power here in Clawson, Michigan. I don't have any fucking holes in my yard, so let's just go ahead and I'm going to hit the old ready button. Let's get this next game started.
Sounds good, Bath.
You should probably do the same there, Bo.
Hey, Bo sure did.
There you are.
Here's a nice loading screen. I wonder how the cinematics in Rocket League, this game as a whole, just a phenomenal game. A great value. It's a family-friendly game. Anyone can play.
It really that is true. That's truly the case. I have seen some pretty dumb people get a hold of this game. I don't think they've ever played a game in their life. But here we go, Rocket League, baby.
Underway, 5 minutes on the clock. Let's see what happens. The Davy 8 goes for just a limp dick attempt to move the ball. He really is. He's just like a 90-year-old man trying to push a wet noodle out.